Hello, I am Emily from the Retailer Clinic, and I work with small indie retailers, helping them with all things supply chain related. Today, I will be answering the question, what is available to promise and should your retail business be using it? So what is ATP? ATP is an essential metric for managing customer expectations by giving your sales team visibility over what is still available to sell. Who should use ATP? Retailers who want to manage customer expectations when it comes to order fulfillment, and retailers who want to use inventory space in warehouses and stock rooms efficiently by holding a minimum number of units. Okay, time for an example. You are a retailer producing and selling sports tops directly to schools. You produce these sports tops in a small offshore factory. The school collects individual orders from their students and collate them into one order. They want the order fulfilled as a whole, and they want to know when it can be fulfilled by. You want to calculate how many of the planned production units are still available after taking into account committed orders from other schools. There is a capacity limit on production, therefore you can only make so many promises during each production period. What is the expected demand? Your forecast shows that during the first production period, you expect demand to be 300 units. You will also be starting this period with 50 units on hand. Note that these units are for plain tops. Customization takes place in store and the inventory on hand has not yet been customized. Okay, let's look at the MPS. So the MPS links demand with production capacity, and it shows what products a manufacturer produce when and in what quantities. So the master production schedule in this case shows that the factory will be producing 250 sports tops in week 1 and week 4 based on your forecasting. In terms of committed orders, for the first production period, which is weeks 1, 2, and 3, you have received committed orders for 225 units. This means that you will have 75 units still available to promise. So here is a snapshot of my MPS that I made, and you can see ATP cumulative 75 units. You can also see in the committed orders row the 225 units for the first production period. So there are 75 units still available to promise to schools. And for the second production period, there are 300 units still available to promise. Note that the cumulative ATP means that these are goods that can be carried over to the next production period, i.e. they have a long shelf life. So what about the next production period? For the second production period, you've carried over the remaining 75 units from the last period as they weren't sold, plus another 250 units are produced. And here you can see this on my MPS. So for week 4, you have 325 units and 25 committed orders. So you have 300 units available to promise at this point in time. I hope that you found this helpful. If you have an ERP system within your business, you'll be very familiar with MPS and ATP. But if you don't have an ERP system, you can still create an MPS and make use of ATP using Excel and the correct formulas. So thank you very much.